Hey, this is a future Roku show. So yeah, the video that you're watching, Gun and I actually, when Gawain dropped, I did a summons video and was talking with him, and we did the entire video, but I was dumb and didn't realize that my mic wasn't coming from my mic; it was coming from my webcam. So it sounded like I was in a completely different room than Gon, and I couldn't really use that audio. So this is what you get now, and enjoy those summons. I'm going to put them in here, and hopefully you enjoy it a bit more than just the storyline, and I'll try to mix more things up. But anyways, back to the video. Welcome back to Between Two Mics. My name is Rokusho, and today I've got a pretty big guy here, final boss himself. Why don't you hit him with the intro?
Hey guys, Gon here.
Gon, I'm really excited to have you here. Let's just kind of recap your records here, right? Your number one box in global. You've won back-to-back world tournaments. You were a final boss in the last one. I mean, what else can you say? You're pretty much the GOAT in this game at the moment, right?
I mean, I know there are higher boxes in like JP and maybe Korea, but yeah, I'm up there.
Definitely. And not to mention, and I'm a part of it, but you're also in the number one guild in global at the moment.
Yes, we are part of Umbra, number one guild so far.
And hopefully we remain up there for a little while longer, as long as Netmarble doesn't mix things up too much, which honestly I would actually like to see Guild Wars mixed up a little bit, make it a little more interesting.
Yeah, I definitely would like to see like some changes to Guild Wars, not only just rewards, because it's 100 gems is nice and the cosmetics are cool, but I know they're going to add new cosmetics, but it would be cool to have more than just that. Like it should be rewarding to people.
Yeah. I think in a lot of these aspects, have you ever played Destiny?
Yes, Destiny 1 was one of my favorite games.
Same
It was such
here.
a great game.
It by far one of the best games ever. But I really liked Xur. Came with that rotation and everything. Now, of course, it was on a randomizer, and you got same duplicate things, and I thought that this was what Hawk Pass was going to kind of be, but I would like to see more of that kind of thing sprinkled into Grand Cross, I think.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It would just feel cool. Like, I wish they did like a Trials of Osiris thing, like Guild Wars like that, where you're competing against the top level guilds, and then when you win, you get like a good, like, meaningful reward. The 100 gems is nice, don't get me wrong, but that's only 3 multis. Like, it would just be cool to have like cool stuff. I don't know.
No, I agree. Now that kind of leads into my next kind of question. So I mean, you're a content creator for the game. With that, like, what is that? Let YouTube know, like, what does that entail?
So being a content creator for Netmarble, what I have to do is I have to put out at least 2 videos a month, which really isn't that bad, and in return they will send me 1,500 gems a month.
Now, with that, do you get to talk to Netmarble? Do they ask your opinions on things? Is there any kind of relationship where you can have open conversation with them?
Not really. The only time Netmarble ever reached out to me personally was before the last tournament. They had sent me an email and they had asked if I would like to participate as a secret boss, and of course I did say yes, I would like to participate. But other than that, they've never reached out to me regarding the content I put out or any ask me any type of game questions at all.
Okay. So, and this is just my 2 cents into it, but I really think that as far as Netmarble is concerned, I feel like they should have like 8 to 10 per server kind of content creator roles there, and they work as like a middleman. So, you have a big community. You could put other people, either top guilds, or you could put them as YouTubers. and kind of get their sense of the community and kind of have a middleman. It's almost like Netmarble would have extra data which they could use to improve the game. I think that would be good for not only the game but the community as well. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I agree. Most of the time, content creators are upper level accounts. Not really anyone as extreme as me, but they're for the most part always 20 mil box CC minimum. So these are people who play the game a lot and have a lot of experience with the game, and they would be able to tell Netmarble, hey, I think this is a problem, or hey, I don't think this is a problem, and they'd be able to get feedback from us, especially from our fans, because I constantly have people commenting, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? So I'm hoping that, that would be a really great thing for them to include.
Yeah, and here's another thing. So obviously, because you are the top box, there's always people out there that will say, well, you don't understand because that's just a whale problem. How you'll just spend this, that, the other thing, which, there's some truth behind some of that, but do you think that you still have a good connection for the game and for somebody that is, say, only been playing for a year and is a free to play?
I think I do, because while I do understand, because a lot of people will always say, oh, you just swipe, but I don't think a lot of people realize how much farming that I've actually had to do on my account to get it to where it needs to be, where it is now. You can't just buy everything. There's certain things that you couldn't buy and certain things that you couldn't do. So a lot of it was farming, and if something is frustrating for me as the number one account, then I can only imagine it's frustrating for people who don't have the same resources that I do, or people who don't or are playing free to play. So I don't think it's just a, oh, he doesn't understand, he's a whale issue. I think I can understand the frustration that other people will have too.
Yeah, and as far as the buying aspect of things, any one of us can go ahead and get those things, essentially. It's just going to take us longer. You're just powering through, kind of trailblazing the way through to show other people how to do it and if there's a more effective way to do it. Is that kind of accurate?
Yeah, and I try to, I try to show people the min-max level of everything, of how extreme you can do things if you optimize like farming teams and things like that.
So it's been a minute as far as going back to like the world tournaments. When's the last one that we had? It was when they were asked you to be like a final boss, right? So that was what, 2 years ago? Have we missed?
So we didn't have one this year for the 7th, and that was because they were doing this big thing with Melly. But we did have one for the 6th, and that was the one where they had invited me to participate as the final boss. Oriel, who's in our guild, he was the team captain for Global, and Global got stomped. And then I think it was Korea who won, and then I played against the Korean captain, and I 2-0'd him very easily.
So do you think it would be kind of interesting if, say, like the number one guilds or the number one player in the game per server essentially becomes the coach, and then they do a draft on everybody? So say you go ahead and you get first round pick, you could pick anybody in the game, then it goes to the next server, and you get a squad of 6 and then go head to head against these other servers. Do you think something like that would be interesting for the next world tournament, or what would you like to see for the next world tournament if Netmarble's watching?
I definitely would like. I've been shouting for a long time that I wish that they would merge all the servers. I think it would make everything so much more competitive between everybody if we were all playing against each other. Like, how awesome would it be? Like, sometimes I'll do PvPs. I'm playing against nonstop bots because I guess no one is doing PvP at the time. It'd be really cool that you're just playing against somebody in the world.
Yeah.
And I liked the idea of the global tournaments where we were playing against the other people and on the other servers. Like, it's cool. I don't think there's really any need for us to be separated anymore. Yeah, I mean, I'll lose my title of being rank 1 in the world, but I would have more people to do things with and have more fun. I think it would just be cool.
You're willing to make that sacrifice for it.
Yes, I would gladly give up my rank 1 title to merge all the servers. I would.
I think that'd be awesome, and I think it would also be like, even because realistically they can do it, technically speaking, because they did it for the other tournament where they kind of just took your box and then made everybody into one server. So I mean, they could technically do it. It would have to be on a much larger scale, but technically speaking, they could do it.
Most people really don't know exactly what they did for that tournament. What they did was they picked a moment in time and they cloned all of our accounts from that moment on. And then we were on a separate server for that tournament where all of the other ones were. So I had essentially a clone of my account on that server. Which is really cool for the tournament because, as you know, with my resources, I have so many resources. So what I ended up doing for all of my units I was going to use, I min-maxed. Like I nuked gear that wasn't going to be used for other people and gave everybody perfect sets and stuff like that. It was actually pretty fun.
That's super interesting. So, I mean, I guess you were kind of like on a dev server then at that point, right?
Yeah, and the funny thing about it was, it was the same exact server from the 5th tournament. So one of the things that I did in the 5th tournament and in the 6th tournament was I went to Brawl and I uploaded my Brawl teams, and my original clone count from the 5th tournament was there too, separated from my new cloned account, which was obviously a year progress ahead. So it was just really cool to see that.
That is cool. That's super cool. So yeah, I mean, even if they did something where for the World Tournament they even did the number 1 guild or the top 3 guilds per server and had a guild wars against all of us, I think something like that would be pretty interesting too.
Yeah, I definitely think events like that are just really cool, where you can, and it encourages people to interact outside of their community too. Like, it'd be awesome to interact with people from Korea or Japan. They're good players. They won their last world tournament. So it would be cool for us to be able to put, our knowledge together and be together.
Yeah, I mean, just think of that. They could literally do it as like a week of like content, essentially. Obviously, Guild Wars takes quite a bit of time because we have to go through each of the different guilds, which generally there's 4 guilds in the Guild Wars. But if we did something like that, I mean, we could have the captain of each of the guilds go ahead and go through, kind of live stream it and broadcast what we're trying to do, and it'd be like talking to the coach kind of thing. I think that would be really cool, and it'd be really entertaining to watch. Plus, obviously, I'm in the guild, so it'd be entertaining to be in finally.
Yeah, and again, it would just be so much fun to interact with other people, and I think it would be awesome to do. So.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So here, Gon, I've got a community question for you. So it says, which collab would you like to see in the game next? Personally, if you were the one that was able to choose the next collaboration, what would you choose and why?
Okay, I love Full Metal Alchemist. It has always been one of my favorite shows. I know it's not hypey anymore because it's been over for a long time, but I grew up watching the original run of Full Metal Alchemist. I loved it. And then when I knew about, Brotherhood, it was just as good, if not better, than the original. And it's very rare that basically the ending of the original Full Metal Alchemist is completely filler, and it was great. So it's very rare that filler is that great, and then the real is also that great as well. So I would love a Full Metal Alchemist collab. I'm really loving the new Bleach right now, Core 4, and that would be a cool collab. I probably wouldn't be getting that because it's a shonen, but those are two of my favorite. Right now, Bleach is one of my favorites, and Fullmetal Alchemist is up there being my favorite of all time.
Those are both great ones. Now, are you on team only 3 units, or are you on team 4 units for the collab then? And if you are on either one, obviously you said Full Metal Alchemist is your number 1 pick. Who's the 3 or 4 characters that you want in the game from there?
So I don't necessarily think 4 units on a collab is bad, but they can't be too dupe heavy. And the rates can't be too terrible either, because you can't just expect people to go like 4 rotations to get one of each unit. It has to be like a middle ground in between. Obviously, if I was gonna do a collab with Full Metal Alchemist, I would do Ed Elric, Mustang. I guess you could do Alphonse, and then maybe Hawkeye.
Go with Hawkeye. Okay. So would the final boss or event piece, would that be what, Greed?
So yeah, you could. I mean, it could be a reoccurring collab where you bring different characters in. You could do one of the homunculus. You can do Greed. You can do Lust, Wrath, and then when you bring it back, you can keep on doing more different ones like they did with Attack on Titan.
That'd be pretty cool.
But yeah, I mean, I think it would be sick.
Do you think?
And there is precedent to having characters like with weapons, because we have the Stranger Things collab, which that should come back too. Don't get me wrong.
Oh god, the Stranger Things collab, that's literally the kryptonite for me. I'm missing 2 of those units, and that was back before I went into whale territory. It's probably the only thing pushing me or keeping me out of the top 100 on global at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, things like that, a collab that we haven't had in forever, that's a big gatekeeper for a lot of people. Also, the Mushoku Tensei, we haven't gotten that one back yet too, so a lot of people may not have who was from that collab, Rudius, right?
Yep, Rudy.
So like that kind of limits people into breaking out into upper levels of the game, because you can have a fully cracked out account and you're missing a couple of those festival collab units, and now you're down 400 500k CC.
Now, interesting point with that, the jobless one too, because I would assume that one probably is coming back. Maybe with the Stranger Things, I'm just cooked. They're not going to get the license back. But with the jobless one, I don't know if you watched the anime or not. I'm watching it dubbed. But those characters get really strong, like actually really strong, especially Eris. She's actually kind of OP. At least from what I'm watching right now. People that read the manga, if they do read the manga, don't come after me. I'm only a dub guy, but I would love to see that come back. Now, as far as my personal pick of what collab I want to see, this one I think has been floating around Grand Cross for years now. I really want a Fate collab. I've always been a huge Saber fan. I love Lancer, Archer. Give me a Berserker.
Berserker would be cool.
Can you imagine Hercules in here? Or I guess the hard part would be which Archer to have. I'm assuming that you have watched the Fate series.
Yes.
So which Archer would you have, like the regular Archer, or would you have Gilgamesh, because technically he's an Archer?
I don't know, because they do things with weird collabs, like when we first got the which one is it? ReZero collab, we didn't get Subaru.
Yeah, which was really strange to me. Like I had said, and I think I talked to you about it way back when, but like they could have had Subaru come back as like if he died, he would like come back and it would wipe away all of the effects and then it would reset one turn. Like something like that for his rewind ability. Like I like what they did with this Subaru and Beatrice, but it was really weird. They didn't for Konosuba. They didn't give us what's his face either. He's like in the ult, but
Oh, what's his name?
Oh god, YouTube is gonna
Kazuma.
But yeah, like they didn't give him into anything, which his snatch would have been pretty cool.
What did we get from Konosuba? We got Megumin, we got Darkness, we got who was it? Oh, Aqua. Yeah.
Aqua. Yeah.
Yeah.
We only got the 3.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm also excited. I am happy that we're getting new collabs because it does get exhausting to rerun them all over and over and over again. But for the reruns, it is a little bit of a benefit to older players because we can use the duplicates from the original time of the collabs if we have any. Or like let's say like with the ReZero, I get some of the old Amelias that I already have 6/6. I can use them to exchange coins. I don't know. I just feel that it gets exhausting. Like with the, don't get me wrong, I love Gacha Kuta, but it got exhausting. There's 4 units that I now have to 6/6, and I have no duplicates that I can use or anything.
Yeah, and that one really put kind of a strain on the community. I feel like most of them had to be
3/6, I think.
3/6. Zanka was 4/6 because they gave you a free copy to actually get all of his abilities. Not only that, but then you have 4 sets of cosmetics that you have to purchase to also make them good. It was just a lot, especially coming out of the 7th Annie and banner after banner. But I mean that goes all into the whole Unite for Change movement and stuff like that, which I do. Anybody that's listening right now, like there's the survey that's up by Netmarble. I would definitely go onto the Netmarble forum and at least search up the Unite for Change movement. Look at some of those talking points, and if you're not really sure on what to put on the surveys, you can copy and paste a lot of that type of stuff so that Netmarble kind of hears a little bit more of what we're looking for via either revamping the coin shop, adding new content and not reskinning things, not having so many dupe heavy units come out. Festivals are kind of the exception. I think the Gawain banner for her and her kit, I think, is actually done well. I would have liked to see a lot less bloat in the banners, which could have been avoided with the whole coin shop revamp and that Zur kind of thing that we were talking about at the beginning of this episode. But I think overall, just take a look at that before answering the survey would be in your best interest.
I definitely think Gawain was done pretty well. I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, to max her out, you needed at least a 2/6. And again, I don't think it was that bad. I forgot what the punishment is for not having her 2/6. But I don't think it was that heavy.
She doesn't get the part of the passive where it reprocs the judgment. So I mean that's not huge, and I can look the other way with that. We're not missing full paragraphs of passive kits like Zonka was, where
I think it's actually just her ult, right?
Yeah,
it was the ult that gains Light of Judgment, and honestly, like a lot of battles are over before an ult.
I actually would kind of argue on that one because of the new melee, because you have a lot of revives with the fairy team, with Escanor having the immunity and all that stuff, or you can definitely ult up quite a bit in the current PvP meta. So I think that those are important, but I'm okay with it just being one little snippet until you get 2/6. And then 3/6, she's maxed out, and then it's just extra damage. So I'm totally fine with this festival unit, and they get a pass because it's a festival unit. Like, people are going to spend more gems for that. But to counter it, I don't think that we should have had Gil Thunder in that banner. I don't think Zartros should have been in that banner. Those are just bloat units just to have extra coins, but you're taking away the chance of getting someone like Tiore or someone else that would be more relevant.
Yeah, I definitely think that they could have added better units like Gojo Ban, Tiore. Like, definitely, like, they could have added more of the Four Knights of the Apocalypse members, or from, like, that kind of story into the banner. Like, I don't even think they had... Did they have Percy on that banner? I think they did.
Yeah, yep.
They didn't have Varghese, though.
I don't have the banner up right at the... Actually, I do have the banner up. I'm in the game. Let's just double check. As far as Varghese... No Varghese.
But again, like, even, like, he actually now, and you can call me crazy for this, Varghese isn't even that bad of a backline. He works pretty well with Four Knights of the Apocalypse because he gives them basic stats increase. If you run Percy, you get a ton of bonuses. So I definitely think he's not a bad backline to sleep on. I know there's other backlines now, but just adding a unit like that would have been helpful for newer people.
For sure,
they can have a backline unit for the Four Knights of the Apocalypse. Just got the Gother, the Red Gother, who works for the Four Knights of the Apocalypse. So, like, I know we just had him not that long ago, but having that unit in there would be helpful for people who skipped that banner, and they can use that Gother as a backline now for the team to play it.
Definitely.
I actually know a lot of people were having a harder time seeing Tristan or Lance, and now, like, obviously it's always better to choose Gawain, but there's no reason why they couldn't have added them into the selector for someone to, if they really wanted them.
For sure. And to be fair, maybe they're adding those units into the part 2 and just kind of, making it so that if you want those, you got to pull on there. Because when I was looking here, Boy of Hope Percival is not in the current banner, and he is... I don't think these are spoilers anymore, right? It's Percy is the new LR. And it's the Boy of Hope Percy, the green one. But his passive does work in the sub slot for everything. So we'll see how that revamps and gets reworked with an LR. I think they've done pretty well with the LRs recently. As far as, well, I mean, Shin was decent. It's just he's kind of still power crept in a lot of things. You have to go first. And even then it's kind of so-so, but like Estarossa was really good. I didn't have any problems with the Estarossa, so we'll see how this Melascula and Percy go, but the new Percy might be your new backline unit, and maybe you throw Lance up in the front.
I mean, I actually would disagree. I think the Shin is very disappointing. The only team when I was, again, I'm playing on my account, so it has everything maxed. But the only team that I was able to make Shin work on is a cleaner team, and even then, like, I felt his damage was very underwhelming. But I will say, like, other than Shin, the LRs that they have released have been good. Before that, we had the LR Cusack, Chandler. Who else did we have? I'm trying to think. Oh, Roxy.
Roxy is a glass cannon, but God, she hits hard.
Yeah, so, Shin just didn't feel like he lived up to the other LRs that we have. Like, and I had mentioned like before in Unite for Change, it would feel really bad as a new player. You see this character, he looks really cool, like Shin looks awesome, and then you use 100 LR coins for this character only to find out that he's really just not that great.
Yeah, and I mean, LR coins are hard to come by, so like now we have 2 LRs that are going to be coming out. People that went for LR Shin because they thought he was cool looking might be in a little bit of trouble at the moment trying to get the other 2 that, at least back in the day, Melascula used to be pretty good. So,
well, I don't know. Do we have we know it's Melascula. Do we know what Melascula? That's the key thing.
True. I mean, I think anything but the blue Melascula would be a good one, right? I mean, the green one creates the barrier.
I mean, would the green really be that good? Because the green one, her level, she has a shield. That shield really was never that great. Like, it was never a Goddess Liz shield, and she has a Merlin Drain on her second attack. The only thing that was really good about her was her passive, because at the time when she was released, I don't know if you remember this, but it was the meta was every team ran Kyo. Yeah. Because Kyo was just broken. He gave ignites and every turn 4 ignites on characters. So she just made everybody immune to ignite. So she was literally just designed to counter Kyo. I would argue the only one that would get me hyped up if they were going to do a Melascula would be Red Melascula.
And from rumors, and obviously these are rumors, we don't know until they actually announce it, but they are saying that it was going to be Percival, Boy of Hope, which is the green one, and Melascula, the red one. So, I mean, if it is the red one like you want, and I think most people are going to want, yeah, she could be pretty nasty as far as changing the demons around.
They could do a blue Melascula, but add on like the red Melascula passive, and I would be happy.
They would have to completely rework that entire unit.
I mean, they have done it before where they have done that with LRs, but it needs to have like the revive effect, because that's Melascula's whole thing. She brings back armies of zombies, and it also goes to the thing that you were saying, like, if Melascula's relic is about the revival effect. It says increases the attack ability stats of allies with the revival effect by 30%, then increases the basic stats by 3% for each ignite. No other Melascula has that revival effect besides the red Melascula, but that relic is essentially like worthless to blue Melascula and green Melascula. So it definitely, like, stuff like that I wish they would fix, because it feels bad when you invest in a character any certain way and then they can't use the character to the fullest extent.
Kind of going off of that, I know that they came out in the patch notes or in some of the notes and stuff like that, stating that there is going to be a new demonic beast. Do you think that maybe something along those lines is what they're leaning towards, to change some of these relics to have different passives based on kind of like what they did with Demon King and Supreme Deity, where you can swap between the 2 different things? Do you think that that's what they're trying to go for?
It would be cool if they did some effect like that, because again, like, you have some like Liz, for example, the blue Liz, which was actually a pretty good unit that came out. The Snow Liz, her relic is just worthless because she doesn't have the effect, the Light of Intervention or Goddess Wrath. So it would be cool to be able to, for the characters, that all characters can benefit from the relic effect, not just get the stat boost from it. That would be cool. I'm very excited for a new Demon Beast. Demon Beast is one of my favorite contents. I don't know if anybody who's listening knows this, but I was the first person on Global to clear out Ratataskar.
Huge. I mean, because that one was a big pain for a lot of people out the jump, for sure.
Yeah, the team was super annoying. It was Demon King Melly, Ragnarok Merlin, Blue Jelly King, and then I think LR Liz.
I think so. She's kind of like a staple in a lot of the stuff.
And it just took so much to learn. And I remember it was actually I went on vacation right after I cleared it out for the first time. So I was in the process of writing a guide for it. And when I finally, people kept on, like, so many people were asking me, God, give me the guide, give me the guide. I'm like, I'm finishing up my vacation.
Give me a second.
And the second I came home, I posted the guide, and so many people were like loved it. So
Yeah, that one had so many annoying gimmicks. It still has annoying gimmicks. It's just easier to get through them now with more damage. But I'm really interested in what they're going to be bringing out a new demonic beast. Generally, we were able to see the different beasts on the tree kind of thing. Has anybody looked to see if there is any other monsters on that tree?
I have no clue, but I know there was like a rumor that they I heard, and I don't know how true it is, that we're gonna be getting Odin, and it would be really cool if like you need Odin for it, because I know typically with demonic beasts, they make you that they release a unit for it, because when we got the new Flora bird, I think that's when we got Thor, right?
Yeah.
So
what if the last stage, because don't all the demonic beasts like kind of bring forth Ragnarok? What if the
yeah,
new
they're
beast
all
is
Norse
called
related.
Ragnarok? Like you have to defeat Ragnarok and you need Odin to kind of
Yeah.
defeat Ragnarok. That would be interesting.
I mean, I love the Ragnarok storyline. It's one of my favorite ones, and some of the characters from the Ragnarok line are like some of my favorite. I love some of the Ragnarok like we got Hel. Hel is such a great unit. Even but like both the Hels were great units. Sigrid is a great unit, like one of the best backlines. I love Mama Brunhild. Uh,
Brunhild is one of my favorites, and Thor.
yeah, Skold, Loki, they're all really cool characters. I've always been sad that we haven't gotten Fenrir yet. So I definitely do hope they keep on adding more of the content, because all of those units are just really, really cool.
I'd honestly like to see like a Seven Deadly Sins Ragnarok movie. I mean, they did the other ones. They have like what two Seven Deadly Sins movies. I would definitely like to see a Ragnarok movie, especially given the snips from when they were releasing the concept of Ragnarok in the game. I would definitely watch the movie.
Yeah, I agree.
But we are getting to around that time. Any thoughts, questions for me? Were you able to come up with anything for me to kind of answer? I know I've been kind of yapping a little bit, but
Sure. So before you joined Umbra, what did you think about me?
as a guild leader or as a person?
As both, as a player and a guild leader.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it's like if Michael Jordan asked me to play for the Bulls, I guess. Like, you know, when one of the greats calls you over to play on the team, you just say yes. It's good to learn from you. It's good to see how, you know, the high end stuff works. Obviously, I've been through a good amount of guilds. I've been through Speedwagon. I've been in Aces. I've been in Blue Blossom. I've been in Pay to Sin. Some of those you may or may not even remember. But I've been in 7K and now over here, and you know it's been a good road. As far as like you personally, like it's kind of, I go back to the Michael Jordan thing, like, you know, people might say you're cocky and, you know, you're a whale and this and that, but like at the end of the day, you can back it up. I mean, same with Michael Jordan. You know, you're back-to-back world champion. You were a final boss. Like, I think when you get to that level of competition and stuff like that, you get to be a little cocky. You got to have a little bit of humility, right? But
Yes.
But you're also doing that by, you know, you're not laughing at the kid that is, or person that's asking you a question on how to beat, you know, Crimson Demon or something like that. You know what I mean? You're not like belittling them. You're just telling them how to do it. If you were this cocky a-hole, I mean, you would say, don't even come to me with those questions. So it's one of those things that you're up at the top, you're going to get hate. You gotta look past that and see, you know, the big picture and let people talk their crap. I mean, they're going to do it anyways. So, I mean, that's my opinion on it.
Yeah, like it definitely took a little bit of like getting thick skin, because sometimes some of the comments that I have in my videos are just very, very like hateful. Like I actually woke up this morning and I posted a guide for the Hero Arena for week 3, and again I know that my Hero Arena experience is going to be different than other people's, but I'm just posting content and if you don't like my content, you don't really have to watch it. But this guy had posted something along the lines of, "Oh, just report this guy's account every time you see it. He spends thousands of dollars, and your content is so unrealistic." And I'm just like, I'm not doing anything mean or toxic in my videos. Like, I don't trash people and say, "Oh, you're free to play. I just destroyed you," or anything like that. I'm just here like trying to vibe, and I do wish I could, like, if the person who posted that is watching right now, I'm sorry that I don't post, what the average everyday person experiences, but I kind of just post what, I'm doing because I enjoy playing the game. Um, so it definitely took a lot of thicker skin to get, because people are cruel sometimes.
No, for sure. I mean, that's just unfortunately how things are. And I think the hard thing to do as well, because I mean, I'm not a big YouTuber. You're way bigger than I am, and there's others that are bigger than even both of us. But it's one of those things that, like, the negative ones stick out a little bit more in your mind, and that's the harder part to kind of push away, because it gives you a little bit of self-doubt and like, what could I have done better, what, this and that. But what I think we all need to focus on is the ones that say, thank you for showing me how to do this, thank you for the help, thanks for guidance, thanks for even reaching back out to me. I think those are the ones that, and not just us, but as a society, need to really kind of look more into and focus on.
Yeah, and like actually, I was really happy the people who saw his post and commented underneath it, and they were like, "Bro, I'm 16 mil, and I used his teams, and I had no problem." And so there were people who were defending me, but it's still like, I don't know. Sometimes it gets hard, and that's why, like, I pushed myself away from doing certain types of content.
Well, hey, I think at the end of the day, you gotta be happy with yourself. You gotta put the content out that you want. I'm fully aware that my content that I'm putting out right here may not be for everybody. I'm not posting guides. That I leave that up to the experts. I'm just a guy out on the other side of the mic trying to have a good time and communicate with the community and try to help the community kind of see, okay, here's this side of the story, here's the behind the scenes of what's happening around me. So, but I think we're gonna kind of wrap it up there. Any last minute shout outs, anything else?
Yeah, I would just love to shout out to my guild, Umbra. Give a shout out to the people in Umbra that, are always there for me. Having active people makes the game so much more enjoyable. So shout out to Oriel, shout out to Mori, shout out to my Umbra peeps.
All right, man. You heard it from the final boss himself. I'm Rokusho, and you guys have a good one. And don't forget, I'm going to put Gon's channel links and everything down in the description below. My stuff is going to be down there too. I'm new to YouTube, so any comments and subscriptions would be awesome. It really helps me out. But on that note, thanks again for sticking with us, and have a good day.